Hello friends, I hope everyone is well and today is Buddha Purnima. I am going to talk in brief about Gautam Buddha. India is such a kind of country. So many people are from different religion, from different race, from different caste and from different community are living in India. The Gautam Buddha, he was a spiritual leader on whose teaching Buddhism was founded. Gautam Buddha provides detailed information about his childhood, life, achievements, work and timeline. I'm just going to focus on few things about Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha, he was also known as Siddharth, Gautam, Shakyamuni Buddha and Buddha. He was famous as a founder of Buddhism. He was born in Lumbini. He was a prince. His father, his name was Yuddhodhana. His mother, her name was Majapati Gautami. And his spouse, her name was Queen Yashodhara. Gautam Buddha was a spiritual leader on teaching of Buddhism was founded. He believed to have lived in Eastern India, Nepal during the 6th and 4th century. He was born as a prince. He spent his childhood in life of luxury. Some people used to say, and there is some information about it, that he used to live in houses of glass. He was living in very luxury and lavish life. But unfortunately, he lost his mother at an early age, and his doting father tried his best to keep his young son away from the miseries of the world. It means he was not aware about anything. He was not aware about the pain. He was not aware about the things which are not good. He was not aware of the death. In short, he was not aware about any kind of pain. When he was a little boy, some wise scholars predicted that one day he will become a great king or he will be a good spiritual leader. The prince was kept away from all forms of religious knowledge and had no idea about the concept of old age, sickness and death. Friends, old age, sickness and death, these are the true facts of life. At that time, Siddhartha was not aware about this. Once on a trip through the city of Charish, he witnessed as an old man and a deceased person and a corpse. The new knowledge about the suffering in the world gave rise to several questions within his mind, and the prince soon renounced all his worldly affairs in order to embark on a journey of self-discovery. Yes, because already he kept away from all these things and suddenly he saw there is a pain. There is a pain in life. And how to remove that pain? He has started as a self-discovery. Finally, years of rigorous contemplation and meditation, he found enlightenment and became a Buddha, a meaning of awakened one or enlightened one. I will see about his childhood and early life. Several details regarding Gautam Buddha's early life was shrouded in mystery. He believed to have been born in Lumbini. Today it is in modern Nepal. Previously it was a part of India, but now it is in modern Nepal. In 6th century, his birth name was Siddharth Gautam and he was born as a prince. His father, King Suddhodana, was a leader of a large clan called the Shakya, and his mother was Queen Maya. His mother died shortly after his birth. When Siddhartha was a little boy, learned CS projected that the boy would either be a great king or military leader or he would be a great spiritual leader. Yes, it was his prediction. But he became a great spiritual leader. His father wanted Siddhartha to become a great king, so he raised him in the lap of luxury and shielded him as a religious knowledge of any kind. His father has given him the luxurious life, so he was not aware about it. His father did not want Siddhartha to learn about human hardship and suffering, as he is afraid that such knowledge might propel the boy towards spirituality. So he took great care of ensure that his son was raised in seclusion and kept away from knowledge of process like aging and death. Having spent all of his life confined to his palace, young Siddhartha grew curious and asked a curator to take him on a tour of the city. While traveling through the city, he came across an old crippled man, a sick man, a dead man, and a holy man with no home. The sight shocked him as he had no prior knowledge about the concept of sickness, old age, death, and asceticism. The curator explained him that sickness, aging, and death were a part of parcel of life, and that some people renounce their worldly life in order to seek answers to questions regarding human suffering. Siddhartha was very troubled after witnessing these sights. The opulence of palace life no longer interested him and realized that he had sought the ultimate truth. To find out the truth, he left his palace. People, after leaving his palace, what happened? At the age of 29, Siddhartha left his palace and family to lead ascetic life. He thought that lying a life of self-denial will provide him with the answer he was looking for. For the next 6 years, he lived a life extreme austerity, eating a very little food and fasting till he became very weak. Over these years, he also gained 5 followers with him and practiced rigorous austerity. In spite of living such a simple life and subjecting himself to great physical suffering, Siddhartha was not successful in getting the answers he sought. After starving himself for days, he once accepted a bowl of rice from a young girl. After having this meal, he realized that living under harsh physical constraints was not helping him achieve his spiritual goals, and following a path of balance was better than living a lifestyle of extreme self-denial. His followers, however, abandoned him, believing that he had given up on his spiritual quest. Following this, started meditating under a fig tree, now called it is a Bodhi tree, and promised himself that he would not move until he had found enlightenment. He meditated for several days and saw his entire life and previous lives in his thoughts. After meditating for 49 days, he finally realized the answer to the question of suffering that had been seen for so many years. He found pure enlightenment, and in that moment of enlightenment, Siddhartha Gautama became a Buddha. He who is awake. Buddha means he who is awake. At the time of enlightenment, he gained complete insight into the cause of suffering and the steps necessary to eliminate it. He called these steps as the 4 noble truths. Legend has it that initially Buddha was reluctant to spread his knowledge to others, as he was doubtful of whether the common people would understand his teachings. But then the king of gods, Brahma, convicted Buddha to teach, and he set out to do that. He went to the deer park in Isfathania, where he found the 5 companions who had earlier abandoned him. He preached his first sermon to them and the others who had gathered there. In his sermon, he focused on the Four Noble, that is the truth, dukkha, it means suffering, samudaya, cause of suffering, nirodha, state of mind free from suffering, and marga, way to end suffering. He further explained the marga in his eightfold path and end carving which cause suffering. He thought the truth is found through the middle way by way of the noble eightfold path. The path includes right viewpoint, right values, right speech, right action, right livelihood, and right mindfulness, among others. Gautam Buddha spent his rest of his life traveling, teaching diverse, deserved range of people from nobles to criminals. Gautam Buddha is a major figure of Buddhism. The religion of Buddhism has its foundation in his teaching. He gave 4 noble truths which express the basic orientation of Buddhism and provide conceptual framework of Buddhist thought. The propose the eightfold path of end suffering. When Siddhartha was 16 years of old, his father arranged his marriage with a girl of the same age named Yashodhara. His marriage produced one son named Rahul. He eventually renounced his family when he embarked on a spiritual journey as an ascetic. Buddha later on reconciled with his father, King Sushodhana. His wife became a nun while his son became a novice monk at the age of 7 and spent the rest of his life with his father. Gautam Buddha is believed to have died at the age of 80. At the time of his death, he told his followers that they should not follow any leader. He was a highly influential figure in the world history, the principal figure in Buddhism. He is also worshipped as manifestation god in Hinduism, Ahmadiyya Muslim communities, and the Biosphere. The secret of health for both mind and body is not mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, but to live the present moment wisely and honestly. It was the teaching of Gautam Buddha. He said that you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. These are the lines of Gautam Buddha. In the end, these things matter most. How well did you love? How fully did you live? How deeply did you let go? Friends, there are so many things. There are so many things as written. There is so many kind of literature about Gautam Buddha. I had founded some information. I had consolidated it. Then I made it in brief and I presented it in front of you because today is Gautam Buddha's Buddha Purnima. And I am very thankful to all my friends, those who had listened me and those who had listened thought of Gautam Buddha. Really, thought of Gautam Buddhas are very inspirational and it's really very useful to change your life in a positive manner. Thank you, my friends. Good night.